Never seen such a bizarre race. The contestants must blindfold and tie their hands to participate in the competition. With this sound to start, everyone's running like wild horses. But the seemingly normal competition contains many dangers. All kinds of dirty tricks emerge one after another. The only woman is instantly knocked down. But she seems to feel a strange energy, doesn't care about pain. Stands up and chases after. Don't underestimate her. Although she is the only woman on the field, her movement is more flexible than others. She quickly defeats one. Then with her keen senses, leap deep through the ravine ahead. Others are not so lucky. After getting up, she continues to run. The first one reaches the finish line. This competition chooses only the top 7. As the audience count down, 5 people finish successfully. As long as nothing unexpected happens, Amber can be selected as the last one. But the old sixth in front doesn't know what's crazy. Knocks Amber down in one fell swoop. The other runner takes the opportunity to cross the finish line. There is only one spot left on the field. See this, the crowd cheer for Amber. The man gets up and runs to the finish line. Not to be outdone, Amber pays back, stomping on his body fiercely and running forward. The horn sounds. The top 7 all appear. They beckon the guardian of the ancient tree. Then they are taken to the ancient tree, put on the cloak. Then the king explains the purpose of the game. It is said that thousands of years ago, humanity destroyed civilization because of nuclear war, and the elves launched a race war at the right time. After years of fighting, the elves has become a powerful group on Earth. The demons were driven to the barren land to live. In order to protect the elves used magic to seal the demons in a realm called the Forbidding, and created the ancient tree as a guardian. As long as the tree is intact, the demons will never return to the world, and these 7 people are the new generation of guardians of the tree. Then they step forward to touch the holy tree one by one. It is Amber's turn, but the next second she is pulled into a fantasy. That scene seems to have stepped into an ancient battlefield. The corpses are all over the place howling. The demon in the distance is eating her kind. The child underfoot begs her for help, but she can only scream. Back to the real world, she draws the demon she saw, but she always feels something's wrong. Then touches the tree again. This time she sees herself killing her boyfriend. She is frozen. If what she saw is real, she must try her best to avoid the tragedy from happening. To avoid the tragedy, she decides to go out. That's the only way she can escape the tragedy. Her visit to the tree accidentally awakened a man frozen for hundreds of millions of years. When he wakes up, something big is about to happen. Judging by the scars on his back, I know he's cruel. I saw him holding a sword in one hand. The long swords are combined in an instant. It all starts. Then he comes to the palace, like no one. With a single wave of the hand, the heavy-armed warriors are knocked out. When he comes to the hall, the group of princes are so frightened that they pull out their long swords. But they have no idea how terrifying this man is in front of them. When he takes off his cloak to reveal his true face, the king stands up at once. Only he can recognize this person. He tells the king that he received a call from the tree. Warns the king that the tree is dying. Then everyone follow Alan into the tree. Sure enough, blood oozes from the trunk. Even the leaves are starting to wither. It's no small thing. For every leaf that falls, it represents a demon breaking the seal. He asks the king to quickly organize a large army to the Forbidding, but they don't believe Alanin at all. In desperation, he can only leave angrily. He wants to follow the guidance of the tree to find another man. And that person is Will, who has a half-human and half-elf. He is kneeling in front of his mother's bed. The mother tremblingly passes him the elf stones, and tells him that the stone has magical powers. After saying that, she leaves the world, but Will doesn't believe that there is any magic at all. So he plans to use the stone as tuition to study medicine abroad. Not long after departure, he falls into the trap of a troll. The shadow of a monster reflects on the water. Will looks up but sees nothing, but the next second, it turns out that a woman named Eretria rescued him. Will comes to her home. It looks like there's a cave in there. Will also lets go of his guard at this point. Even takes a shower at her house. Eretria stuns Will, steals the stone from him. The next morning, Alanin follows the instructions to find here. Will wakes up and doesn't know what happened. Fortunately, he is still alive, but the stone disappeared. Alanin tells Will the truth. Eretria is a rover girl. lives by stealing and scavenging. And Will is the last of the bloodline of the ancient Shannara family, and born with magic, can be used only after special training. To teach him how to use magic, Alanin takes Will to the serious magic land. At this time, Ambrel sees Eretria in the forest. She throws a knife, almost kills her on the spot. Ambrel is defenseless, but Eretria wants to take this chance to knock down Ambrel. Eretria intentionally puts the drug in the drinking water. Ambrel sees Eretria's conspiracy, splashes the water, then steals her food and a horse. On the other side, Alanin also takes Will to the magic land. He raises his arms and shouts. The wind blows up. The wall seems to be shattered by some mysterious force. When they open the magic book, it says how to save the tree. When the tree withers, inside will produce an eternal flower. Just put the eternal flower into the hellfire to bake. When putting it back in place, will bring the tree back to life. But at this time, another leaf leaves the tree. Disaster is coming. The land moves. The demon is revived. After the explosion, the dust rolls up. The scene is like a nuclear explosion. The demon picks up his weapon, casts spells. In a blink, the long spear appears in its original form. He uses the force to activate the magic formation. All of the farthest rocks start to explode, then reconnect. Looks like they're all about to explode the earth. Under the demon's control, the world of hell has become a red barrier. He really wakes up. He has boundless power, but the tree is not dead yet. So now he can't use all his powers yet. He must remove the tree first. The demon summons a monster named Changeling. Lava flows to him. Fire burns like there's a life in it. Not long after, Changeling changes to its true form. Danger is getting closer and closer. Ambrel's boyfriend is studying the tree, suddenly seeing his girlfriend back. Unexpectedly, then she stabs him. He is bewildered and doesn't understand why she did that. Ambrel's eyes give off a strange light. Turns out she's not Ambrel but Changeling. As predicted, everyone is attacked. By the time Alanin and Will return, it is too late. Now Ambrel is in danger. They begin to set out to look for her. At this time, on the way, Ambrel meets her aunt. Seeing that Ambrel is dirty, the aunt tells her to take a shower. Alanin quickly finds here. Will goes to the forest to look for Ambrel. When he reaches the waterfall, he sees the scene he shouldn't see. But Will doesn't want to be a pervert. He calls Ambrel, but because the sound of the water is too loud, Ambrel can't hear it. Will gets closer, but slips and falls. Ambrel sees movement. When Will stands up, he sees a sword against his neck. At this time, another leaf falls off the tree. Another demon escaped the seal. Ambrel quickly dresses and goes with Will to her aunt's place. Alanin senses that something's wrong, immediately takes the aunt to a safe place. The demon goes crazy and attacks the two. Unexpectedly, in the first half, Alanin is defeated. Then the demon rushes to Ambrel's aunt. Ambrel hears the scream and runs over. But now she has no power. The demon seems to have discovered her. It flies down towards Will and Ambrel. Do you want to watch part 2? Please leave a comment below.